Hey guys, Midwest here, back again with another video, and today I bring you is Age of the Primes, Aerialbot, Silverbolt, and Superion, for that matter. Just got this in the mail the other day. Had some fun transforming it and messing around with it, seeing what it is about. Love it. Wasn't the biggest fan when they first showed it off, but now having it in my hands and messing around with it, I can say I love it. The giant jet mode that it comes with, it's pretty sweet looking, and it looks better in hand than it does on images for whatever reason, but we'll get to that in a few moments. So yeah, take a look around the box here. You got Silverbolt there looking pretty mighty. You have his jet form there, followed by his buddies. Pretty nice big packaging. Around the side here you get Superion, pretty cool, and on the back you get more of the modes he comes in. Move the camera back around, and we'll mess around with these modes. There is the Super Condor jet. There is like a little base mode, little turret mount, and then jet mode, and then Superion mode with no limbs attached right now. So far at this moment, we have air raid and slingshot that came out. The other ones are coming out down the road. I want to say in the next couple of months. So yeah, we should have him complete, and then moving on to Devastator once that gets fully complete. A couple of images here. So I don't know if these were computer generated or just early concepts. I know for sure these legs are not that gold. I wish they were. Same with his thighs. They're not gold at all. They're more of a cheese yellow. Same with the windows. That's the only thing that became that gold. Other than that, they're like cheese yellow. That's my only complaint. I wish it was that gold color because it'll probably look a lot better, and it matches the windows and stuff, but budget bills, I guess. Side of the box, and then till all are one up there in multiple languages. But yeah, not bad. You got 13 primes up top there, but yeah, nothing too crazy. So let's get this box out of the way and bring out Silverbolt. And here we have Silverbolt just out of package. This is how he's packed in his vehicle mode. It's a nice Condor jet. Us early 90s kids can remember when these were taking flight in the skies. Pretty sweet looking jets. It does have a lot of kibble underneath for being what he is, which is perfectly fine. I wish these legs were able to, hide a little bit better or tuck in a little better, but I guess, you do only so much with plastic. But I don't mind it. It's pretty sweet looking. Landing gears right there. Other accessories, he does come with his blaster. Silverbolt's blaster there. It does plug in underneath the nozzle, the nozzle. Just slide it in there, and that's where it just plugs in. And then the other thing it comes with is this gun here. This is Superion's weapon. Once it's fully combined. And then the other hunk of plastic it comes with is the rest of the main body of Silverbolt here, or Superion here. You got the legs, the arms, and partially the torso. So it all comes jam-packed into this giant plastic brick. This is the one thing I wasn't happy about, but once it's all combined and stuff, it's pretty cool. I like it. I like it a lot. So since we're in this vehicle form, easy enough to get it into the Super Condor mode. You can keep his weapon there if you'd like. I like to pop the wings off here, just move them up, get them out of the way. Tail we can leave out for now. For the base here, what you want to do is fold the weapon in on itself, just like that. And then on the underside there is a port. There's a peg on the top part there, and that's what this is going to go into. Just going to tab it in place, just like that. And then you have that side ready to go. And then you just want to bring out these red panels here. These are what's going to grip on two Silverbolt's thigh pieces here. And you kind of want to keep these kind of even. I've had it when these are kind of angled differently. It doesn't line up right, and then you kind of have to adjust it around. So basically you're just going to go on here, and then you're just going to slot it in place. Just like that. Whoop, as they fall off. Just like that. Just slot it in place. I'll grab around his thighs. And then bring the wings down. And then they're going to tab into a couple of different spots. That's going to tab into here. And then that's going to tab into there. And then this one's going to tab into there. So same thing on the other side. So it's a nice secure connection. It's not going to be flopping around or anything like that. And then next thing you want to do is the back wing here. Just fold it down. And then the side wings here. Pop those up. And there you have his Super Condor mode. Like I said, having this in hand, I do like this a lot better than just from the images. I don't know why the images made it look more weird, and I don't know. I mean, it is weird, but I like it. It's pretty sweet looking. I think of this as if he goes into space, this will be like a rocket booster for him. He can, accelerate a lot faster. Or something along those lines. That's my canon lore in my head. Because otherwise, why would you need it? This is already one of the fastest planes on the planet. But, your imagination, you decide what you choose. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty freaking heavy. And pretty freaking long. Taking a look next to his buddies here. He is huge, freaking huge, as he takes up those spots there. Not bad. From watching other reviewers and stuff on the interwebs, the arm planes can attach to him, since this is the arms where they go into anyways. So they kind of have a little carrier mode. Easy way to do it. This has to pop off, or up, and then you're just going to peg everything into the side of the wing here. Just easier to do it this way. So yeah, just all those ports are going to connect to the bottom of the plane here. Those ports there, and then the one down there. And then just line everything up. Oh, bring the landing gear up. There we go. And there we go. And then you could have him like that. Unfortunately, that's gonna stay up. Really can't do anything about that. But let me bring this back down, since this can still plug in, and this can go back down, just like that. So yeah, unfortunately that piece back here can has to stay up. I mean, you can remove it. It's just on a little mushroom peg, so it's not going to damage anything. You can have that off just like that. But yeah, you can carry the arm planes on here just like that, and heck, you can have a carrier mode. It's pretty cool. I think what's the other one? Firefly. When he comes out, you be able to do the same thing. Nothing for the regular guys. They will just have to chill out, or you can just kind of finagle them somewhere and put them there. Kind of have a cool carrier mode if you really wanted to. But yeah, not bad, not bad. Pop these guys off. And then let's put this back in here for the next mode, since we're pretty much almost there. Well, not almost, but we have to get him into Silverbolt form. So, popping him back off. Just take him off of that, and then we're going to put the wings down, and we're going to keep this off to the side for right now. Bring those down. Now, to get him into robot mode, it is pretty straightforward. I do want to take his gun out. Pretty simple transformation, as you can see. Not much going on. There's the chest there. There's an obvious head there of someone. But other than that, it is pretty simple to transform. So have been all the other Aerialbots. So first, we're going to pop these wings off just a little bit. We're going to take the nose cone here, bring it down, get your fingernail underneath here, and then pop it off. Now, if you have a little Micromaster, you can probably fit them in there, but this folds in, so you won't be able to sit them in there with transformation. Fold that in, and then you're going to pop this off of this hinge right here, and then there's a double clip, or double hinge, and then you're going to pop it just like that, because the hinge is right there, and then you're gonna have that. This peg is gonna go in there, and then these are gonna go inside of here. These little tabs are gonna go inside these peg holes here, and then the wings is gonna sit inside of the fuselage. So click, and then, oh nope, I did it wrong. See, I'm already getting a head start on myself. This actually has to go up, so this is on a double hinge as well. And then bring that up just a smidge. It's not going to tab in or anything. It's just going to sit on top of there. Kind of a stiff joint because mine's just messed with it. This is like the only third time I've transformed it. So bring that around and then tab in there. Just like that. And there you have the backpack mode right there. And then you want to bring these wings up. You can tuck in the little tips inside. The wings don't clip around anything, but there's a little, not a ratchet, but a little spot that it sits at, so you can keep them kind of folded out like that. And then for Silverbolt, we're going to bring these. You're going to grab the chest and just pull these out. And then twist them out. And then these are his feet down here. Bring the heel out and just push it back until it locks in place. Same thing on the other side. Pull it back until it locks in place. And then you have the feet all set and ready to go. Just like that. For the arms, you're going to bring the chest. You're going to pop it off. You're going to bring Silverbolt's head all the way up. Turn it around. And then for Superion, you're gonna tuck his head in there. But first, you're gonna bring these arms because they're on a hinge, butterfly hinge, and then you're gonna just pop them out and pop them out until they sit kind of like that. The head of Superion is just gonna tuck inside the chest, and it's gonna clip in just like that. And then you kind of want to line up the arm. There'll be like a little groove that it sits in, a little channel that it goes into. And then the antennae are going to go into those little spots you see right there. So you be careful with these because you don't want to break these. I wish this was a little bit different, a little bit better, but that's what we got to work with right now, I guess. Until someone makes a upgrade kit or something. But eventually, for enough finagling, you will get them in there. There you go, just like that. So, kind of a pain in the butt, but just be careful and you would be fine. So it tabs into the arms on the side there, and on there, and then on the top up there. So you just kind of want to line everything up and just push it all in. Nice and secure like. Arms just going to fold out. His hands fold out from the back, just like that. Just like that. And there we have his hands. And then now we can just straighten him out. Bring his skirt pieces down. And there we have Silverbolt. Really cool looking bot. Let me get a close-up of his face. Alright, and there we have Silverbolt. Let's take a look at that face. Nice blue eyes. Nice silver metallic paint around his face. Autobot logo on his left or right pec. Again, like I said, if it was that gold paint that was on the windows over there, it'd been great instead of this cheese colored gold, but it is what it is. Still like it. As far as articulation goes, it can, for the arms anyways, do a full 360. It can go about that far up. It does have elbow. It does have a swivel. Arms don't have any, or hands don't have anything. They just go in and out because of transformation. Head is on a ball joint. It can go full 360. You can look up about that far. Look down about that far. As far as hip stuff, legs can do full split. That does have a swivel at the thigh. Knee bend. If you move some stuff out of the way, you can go pretty far back and do a full kick if you really wanted to. Just gotta move the wing out of the way. Knee articulation, just move his skirt up, and he can knee pretty far up, at least 90 degrees. Nice ratchets. Feet articulation, there's no swivel at the feet. It does bend for articulation like that. It does have a big heel, so if that could be of any use, you have that option. Below that, he is pretty posable. This one, you can use his weapon, his little handgun. You can plug it right in, just like that. It is Blues compatible, but I don't have any of the effects yet. I think I have one, but it's with somebody else. But yeah, you're able to connect an effect if you really wanted to put it on him. Now let me get his other buddies next to him and see how he compares. One sec. And there you have his buddies Air Raid and Slingshot standing right next to him. Not a bad group shot. Just need 2 more to finish off a set, but pretty cool overall. I like the proportions of these guys. They're not too big, not too crazy. You know, they fit the Superion mold pretty well, unlike the Combiners War version. I can't say that word. Which I never had. Like I said, I recently got into Transformers, so this is my big foray into collecting a Combiner. But from all the videos I've seen, this one seems to be the better designed one overall. But yeah, pretty cool robot mode. Now to get to the base mode, put these guys off to the side for now until we need them for Superion mode. Get him away. We need to bring the base in here, or the the back part of the ship, and start taking it apart somewhat. So we're gonna take this panel off, and then just pegs in there. So this is gonna fold down over this just like that. So you got that peg hole looking right there. You can kind of make it straight if you like. And then on this side here, yeah, so you're gonna rotate this thigh piece until you get to these connector parts on top on both sides, just like that. On here, you're gonna want to flip this around and just make it tight. That's what she said. And then the connector ports are gonna be on. Here we go, just like this. So, oop, I did it the wrong way. Goes that way. Again, I've only done it a couple of times. Nope, I'm doing it backwards. Hold on. No, I did it right. So yeah, so you wanted this direction. So this is going to be facing downwards, and then this is going to plug into the back. These connector ports right here are going to plug into the bottom portions here. On mine, they're not the most secure. They kind of tend to pop off after a hot minute. But if yours able to, you can get yours nice and tight. There we go. Get mine back in there. So yeah, you just kind of want to do that. Bring some light down out of here. You can do that just like that, and then that's going to brace down there, and then you have a little bit of a wall. And then for Silverbolt here, take his weapon off. You can have him back here, manning the turret. So you're going to take the main gun for Superion, you're going to stretch it out, and on either side of the back handle here, you're going to tab it into the top connector ports right here. And it's a soft connection. It's not going to be super held on tight. At least in my copy it isn't. So you can have them there, and if you really want to, you can use Silverbolt's gun part and just attach it to the end of the barrel for more damage. And then again, this is compatible with some blast effects, so you can have that if you really wanted to. And then you can have Silverbolt there manning the stations if you really want to. So it makes use of the kibble that it comes with. That way, if you wanted to set up some kind of display this way, you can. Imagination, you know, use it or lose it. But yeah, there you have it there. Pretty cool little base mode. And then for combination into Superion, yeah, we can get started with the little base here. Get Silverbolt out of the way. Basically going back, and we're going to take this chunk of plastic off, putting it off to the side, and then taking this bigger chunk of plastic and then just kind of parting ways with it. So it does come apart really easily. These are the legs and the arms. So we're going to take this here, and then it's just held in by some tabs, and then you're just going to slowly pry it off, just like that. Put that off to the side. You want to take this. There's a peg here, a peg hole there, and you just want to bring that in and then clip it in, just like that. Inside here, you got some goodies. You're going to bring this up, and then this you're going to pull up, and that's going to be the foot. Clip that in, just like that. For the leg connector, bring that up, and there is a locking mechanism on this one. Otherwise, this is just going to fall in on itself. So push that in as far as it'll go, just like that, and it'll stop it from going. So I wouldn't put too much pressure on this because it's just a thin piece of plastic at the end of the day. But it's can be bear the weight of the other Aerialbots on here, but don't put too much strain on it. I'd rather not break. So yeah, we got one leg done. This is the left leg on that side. We're gonna do the same thing for the other side here. Pull these off, bring this up, bring this down, bring this and plug it in, plug it in, plug it in, bring this up, and then we're gonna lock this in place, just like that. And you can tell because of the screw holes, so these will be on the inside. Actually, no, I have it backwards. Yeah, there we go. See, new things for me here. I haven't used this much. So yeah, that is the two legs. For the arms, simple enough. Bring that up, and then you want to bring this down and clip it in. Bring that down, and then it's gonna double hinge and peg inside there. So you have that. This will be the right arm because of the port there. So yeah, this will be the right arm. Getting that straight for once. Same thing on this side here. I just want to split that in half, bring the peg down, split this in half, bring the peg down, just like that. That is the left arm. This chunk of plastic here is going to be the torso. So bring that down on those nice clickly clackly ratchets, spin that around, just like that, until you get the cheese showing up the front. This is going to be the chest piece, and then we'll leave that right now. So you can bring this forward just a smidge because we're going to use that for transformation here. The legs we can just plug in, put that in there, and just slide it, and then that's going to keep it nice and sturdy in there. Same thing with this side here. Just bring that in, nice and sturdy. Just push it as far as you can go, and then you have two legs ready to go. Nice. So for now, that is all we can do for that until we get Silverbolt ready. So again, this guy back into chest mode, basically. Bring his hands inside, flip him backwards, and then we're going to bring the feet forward and put his heels inside, up and inside, just like that. Next thing, you want to bring the chest out. And then you want to bring Superion's head up, and then you want to rotate his head back inside and push it in. It's not going to clip, but it's going to be held in. And then you want to bring these arms back inside like we had originally until they clip in. Same thing with this side until it clips in, just like that. You want to angle these arms out just a little bit, and then just guide his head back in there, and then clip it into the shoulder, just like that. And at this point, you can just bring down Superion's head and just keep it there for now. All right, we're gonna rotate the legs, and this is on a double hinge. We're gonna do this here, and then just kind of bend it inwards, just like that. And then a big giant rectangle hole is gonna go into that rectangle hole, or that rectangle slot, just like that. Same thing for the other side. Spin this around And then double fold it here, just like that. And bring it in and clip it in. And there we have the chest for Superion. So at this point you can just spin his head around. There's no dramatic head reveal or anything. Also, be forewarned, these antennae here, they are not glued or anything. They do just unpeg. So this would be probably a case of losing these if you're not really paying attention. Or checking the box. I know mine came with one out. I don't know how it happened, but it was popped off. So maybe some super glue in there just to keep that off, because there's really no need for those to come off in any way. They should have just molded it into the piece, but whatever. But yeah, there you have that. To get it ready for combine mode back here, you just kind of want to pop this off just to give it a little looseness. And then you want to bring that wing up just like that. So on the torso, there are those slots right there, and then that peg right there, which are going to plug into the bottom of here, and then that peg hole right there, that first one. So I know it's going to be hard for me to do on camera, but I'm going to try anyways. We're going to do it this way. You're going to put that in there, and then sneak your finger back in here, and then just line it up, and it should thump in place by itself. I said should, but just like that. Bring this up for right now. As I move everything and it falls apart. All right, there we go. Now we should loop that in place. There, now it's held in the back. Bring that forward just a little bit, just to clip in the little wing panels here. And then this whole thing is going to clip into the chest of Silverbolt. And now that is all held in nice and sturdy. We can bring this guy around and just go back and get this back in place, just like how we had it for Silverbolt. Just like that. And now we get the arms. But first we're going to attach, and it doesn't matter which arm. I guess if you follow the instructions, slingshot goes on this side and air ray goes on the same side as well. So we'll just go with the rules, the manual. We're going to get slingshot, and let me grab him, put him back in his airplane mode. Alright, so for slingshot here, I transform this arm back into this spot because it makes it a little bit easier unless you have like a little pen. So for slingshot, it goes in there, and this this white little button right here will separate the two. That way you can have it for the upper part of the arm and the lower part of the arm. But this is actually what it's for. It's this guy here. That's a hard piece of plastic that's going to go right to it, allowing you to separate the top part of the jet with the bottom part. So let me line it up and just snap everything into place. Just like that, and it should loosen this up enough to pull it out just like that. So yeah, you have that, and you have a slingshot that's been cut in half. And then you can move this back down like it was in the other mode, if it lets me. Move that out of the way real quick. Oops. There we go. And then you can have it down just like that. And then for the other part of the body here, it's just going to plug into these ports right here, and then this flat part's going to go right inside there. Just like that. And you have a hand, and then you can attach the guns for his weaponry onto his wings, so you can have a little bit of an arsenal. Just like that. Bring this up. And then we get Superion over here. And then you're going to just slide it into the arm on that little track. So it's just going to slide right in. Just like that. And there you have his arms fully attached. Let's make sure you got nothing blocking it. So yeah, there he is. And just get everything tabbed in as it should. Not everything likes to line up for me sometimes. 1 second here. Sorry, this little peg right there was giving me some trouble. He didn't want to slide in all the way. But yeah, there we have it for his left arm. And you can do what you want. You can always make things work the way you want. You can bring these down if you really want to cover up his arm kind of thing. You can do that. You can do whatever you want. It is your imagination. But yeah, I like to angle those out. That way he's got some weaponry as he's fighting you. Since I got nothing for this arm, we're just going to put it in just the way we had it. But yeah, it was this little clip right here that's fighting me. Because once if you don't have that clipped in, this arm becomes kind of loose. So you just kind of want to get that in there tabbed in nicely. There we go. It's kind of I don't think you saw it, but it's kind of a double hinge right here. So if that's not really lined up, it's not going to peg in. So you kind of have to bend it back a little bit on this hinge. And there, nice and secure. It's not going to go anywhere. So yeah, I'm just going to pop this guy into the other arm. Just like that, nice and secure. And let me bring the camera up just a little bit so we can see his upper body. So yeah, there we have Superion there. Pretty nice. This head is on a ball joint. Go do a full 360 if you wanted to. We'll get to the we get the Firefly here, not Firefly, the air raid here shortly. But I just want to get his, we got the upper torso here. Arms can do a full 360. They can go about that far out. Really nice joints, as you can hear. The arms are on the hands are on a swivel. They do not open. They're only there to hold weaponry. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, pretty cool. I like how slingshot is held there. It's really nice, secure, really nice joints, so it's not going to get loose or anything. It does have a little bit of inward, so you can kind of brace his chest like that. Pretty cool. Lots of cool little modes you can do. Pretty decent posing wise, especially once we get the other I think Firefly in there, so that'll be kind of complete. But yeah, so let's get down to the leg and get that all situated. So for air raid, if you have seen my video, once you get him into this mode, like partially back into getting him into jet mode, you don't really do too much. Basically at this point you're going to lift the nose cone up and you're going to flip his head inside there and then bring that nose cone right back on top. That way it sits on it like that, because there's a double hinge here for the nose cone, so it's going to sit just like that with his head tucked inside there. So bring this wing back inside, and you can angle these as you want. And then on the back side of Superion here, you can put them in either or. It doesn't matter which leg, because they fit the same way. They have plugs for either side, so it's going to hold it securely. But I think I'm going to put them on this leg just for purposes. So yeah, we're going to plug him in to, as you can see, these ports on the hands here are going to be these pegs right here. Same thing with these right here are going to go inside the legs here in those little octagons. So yeah, and once you put that in there, it's going to push this little black panel to close up the leg, just like that. So we're going to get him here, and then we're just going to put him inside and just slide that in, secure it, and secure the hands, and just make sure everything's nice and tight. Oop, it popped off, but it's okay. Just make sure everything's nice and tight inside there. And there you have air raid on the back of the shin. And again, if you want, you can plug his weapons into here. That way they're out of sight in their storage. But yeah, there you have Superion with a leg part already attached. So yeah, like I said, it closes up that front little panel, makes it a nice clean finish. And once you get the other one on here, it'll look nice as well. He does have big calf syndrome now, since he's got a giant jet sticking out of the back. But other than that, he's pretty cool. Backpack is to a minimal. I mean, it's just Silverbolt basically just chilling there in a yoga pose. But yeah, pretty cool. I like the proportions. I like the profile from the side. It's not overhanging, it's not chunky, but it's a nice hefty weight. He is pretty cool. I like it a lot. And as far as leg articulation goes, he can do the full splits if you wanted Superion to do the full splits. So there he is, doing the full splits. Don't know why you do that, but he can. Getting him back up. Again, these joints are nicely ratcheted, so they're not going to be loose over time. He does have a hip skirt, so you can flip that up. He can kick pretty far out, and then bend at a 90, even with the nose cone attached. You can always move that up out of the way if you want to get a little bit extra tiltage. He can kick back pretty far, pretty much all the way back, until it runs into the backpack of Silverbolt. As far as knee stuff, he does have knee articulation there. The toes do not move, but it does have a side articulation there. But yeah, not bad. He does have a little bit of an ab crunch if you really wanted to, but you would have to go here, and that little panel that was a pain in the butt, you would have to pop that off so you can move forward. But I wouldn't advise to it. It doesn't hold it securely, so it may just topple over and break stuff, or it may just fall apart if you try to do that. He is a giant robot, to be honest. I can't wait to have Devastator to compare it to. But yeah, as far as comparisons, let me get some out here real quick. So as far as comparisons, obviously you see my channel, you know my love for transforming robots, obviously what's surrounding him. So we'll take an iconic combiner with another iconic combiner and bring out the Mighty Morphin Megazord that's been chilling back here for quite some time. Review will be coming soon. This is the Lightning Collection one. I do have the Legacy one too, which is all diecast. But yeah, there you go. You got two iconic combiners next to each other. As far as height-wise, the Superion's slightly taller than the Megazord itself. Nothing too crazy. But overall, really nice. Let me get the Mastodon out of there, if it lets me. Come on. I was ill prepared for this. All right. So yeah, there we have these two iconic robots next to each other. You know, who would win a fight? I don't know. You tell me. Let me know in the comments. Who would win the fight? The Dino Megazord or the Superion? Good fight overall. My guess, I am partial to Power Rangers, so I would say the MMPR Megazord would win, just cause. But yeah, nice size comparison there. One more, since I have Megazords around me. Here is the SPD Megazord. It's one of the tinier ones. Superion towers over him. Pretty cool. But yeah, overall, this is a cool combiner. I'm happy to have him. He shipped out, like I said, pretty quickly the other day. I was surprised by it. I don't think he was supposed to release for another couple of weeks, but hey, the earlier the better, I guess. So yeah, thank you guys for checking out my videos. We are getting close to 100 subscribers, which I could not believe at this point. I couldn't believe we had 20 at one point. So thank you guys for sticking around and tuning in. You know, I may not have the best equipment in the world, but I make do with what I got. Maybe down the road I'll spice it up and, you know, become professional. But we'll get to that bridge before we get there. Oh, one more thing I forgot here. The big weapon of Superion. I just saw it off to the side. So there's a little tab down here you want to pull, and it gives you a peg so you can plug it into his hand here. Just like that, and then there you go. You can wield this giant cannon of death, and then you can hold it this way too, like a boss. Like a boss. Pretty cool. And then you can plug it in a different way as well. So put that peg back in, and that square peg right there. If you straighten his arm out, there's a square peg right there on his arm. And you're just going to plug that in. Hold on. Oh, sorry, not the first one. It's the bottom one here. Not that one. That one. You're going to plug that in there. And then, bam. There you have it. I believe this is how he used it in the show or in the movie. Just like that. So not bad. I dig it. I can dig it. But yeah. So yeah. Again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Please like and comment. And we will catch you around for another video soon here. Hopefully for 100, we'll make some sort of special video. I'll have my my favorite niece over so we can do some stuff. Because she wants to make some more videos and she's excited to come back. So thank you guys again. We'll catch you around another time. Stay safe, take care, and happy 4th of July since it's today. Take care.